Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you to be here in present and remotely. I'm Chiara Aiola. I'm the supervisor of Digital Humanities Project at Net7 since 2020. And today I'm here to present the Digital Philology Hub, a complete platform for creating digital scholarly edition on Ancient Manuscripts. Let's start with some information about the project institution, organization of the project. The Digital Philology Hub is developed as part of a larger project called H2IOC. And it is an Italian infrastructural initiative to create a advanced service for researchers in humanities, heritage, and social sciences. And this initiative is part of the National Recovery and Resilience Plan instituted after the COVID. So we have a great funding from the European community, and the goal of this project is to create a rich ecosystem of services, which includes establishing a server infrastructure to support all project initiative activities, developing an Italian marketplace for services dedicated to the humanities and the cultural heritage sectors in general, aligning the existing services with FAIR principles, and developing pilot projects, including the Digital Philology Hub. So the Digital Philology Hub is just a little part of the general infrastructure, and it is integrated into the ecosystem and shares with other projects a common semantic framework for metadata standardization and services developed across other projects of the area and the project visual identity. But at the same time, it remains an independent project with its own data model, database, and storage system for data. So the idea of creating a platform specifically dedicated to the philological work came from the academic and research communities. And they asked for some tools to find resources already available online from trusted sources, and the ability to create their own resource records on the platform. Having tools designed specifically for the philological work and featured for publishing online digital scholarly editions, of course. So the DTH project main goal is to support in philologies during the entire life cycle of the creation of the digital scholarly editions, and the DTH is designed such a workbench where philologists can find a range of tools they can select, mix, use, combine in ways that best support their work. So, however, the platform can also be used for other purposes, and in fact, the philologists can select just a few of the tools available on the platform to make other different accounts and choosing what to publish on the public platforms. So, the Digital Philology Hub offers several benefits for philologists. First of all, it centralizes the project management, so allowing researchers to organize all aspects of their work in one place. And also, collaboration is simplified by having a system of project sharings with the research teams. The integrated tools simplify the entire workflow, reducing the need for multiple external applications. And with online access to resources, a researcher can work from everywhere. So, at the end, the results can be published on a dedicated portal, providing visibility to the academic community. And finally, data are managed using standard format to comply with FAIR principles, ensuring easy sharing and the reuse of all the data produced. So the first step for us is understanding the philologist's work. Just a disclaimer, me and my colleagues are not philologists, we are IT developers, so it was the hardest part of the work. But Net7 has been working in digital humanities for several years, so particularly in the creation of platforms for publishing digital scholarly editions. So this time our challenge was to go behind the scene of the construction of the digital scholarly edition. And we had to talk with the philologists to understand the real needs of their work. So we began conducting interviews with PhD students, postdoc, researchers involved in creating a critical edition. And we asked them to show us what their work is in practice and which tool they use for their research. And we discovered that the tools were often really generic, such as doc files, Excel tables, and cloud system for sharing folders and data, and photocopies, scans of documents, photos taken with the mobile phone. So different tools, but really generic. And we also asked for the software they use, for some specific software they use, which one were considered the best and which limitations they had. And from all the interviews, we were able to identify common needs and the most critical points. But as I already said, we are all IT developers, so we have also to study some theory. And the article we used, the reference article for analyzing workflows in philology was the article Digital Philology of Medieval Italy by Degl'Innocenti, a professor at Scuola Normale di Pisa and the main reviewer for the activities of the Digital Philology Hub. And in his article, the professor Renzetti describes the characteristics that a digital philology infrastructure should have. And additionally, it drew a graphic scheme that has been our primary guide during all the analysis and the development of the Digital Philology Hub. And we affectionately refer to this schema as the DSE. And let me introduce you to the DSE. I think that most of you might be familiar with it. And it shows the complete workflow from the collection of witnesses to the construction of the digital scholarly editions. We can see that there are three main areas. The first group of tools is about the collection of witnesses and information about manuscripts. Then there is the philological analysis, so all the tools involved in the analysis of the variants, parabus, and so on. And at the end, the creation of the digital scholarly edition and all the related outputs. And following this schema, we developed the prototype and the first version of the Digital Philology Hub, which is under development and still in progress. But I think that the best way to make you understand our work is to show you a short demo of the functionalities we have developed so far. And so I will explain on the demo all the functionalities we have developed. So we start with the dashboard and the project management of the platform. It is a back office platform, so a philologist can create a new project and giving it a title and a description. And it's a little bit slow, maybe for the network. And it can choose which kind of text it will use, prose, poems, or a mixture of them. Then we are in the project workbench. It's made on of course, the DSE structure with all the tools from which the philologist can choose which tool he needs to use in that moment. So he has also the possibility to see if team makes the user connected to the project. The first tool is about the manuscript. So he could search manuscripts by its signature between some trusted data providers by entering the signature and choosing from a list and from a data provider the manuscripts you want to add to this project. Taking also all the metadata related to the manuscripts and importing it in its project. Or, if he prefers, he can just enter a collection of signatures and some really minimal data about the manuscript and add a new record inside its project. Also, you can add an alias to a manuscript, which is the alias that will be used in the final critical edition. And at the end, the project will have a list of manuscripts added to the project, and with all the details. So linked with the manuscripts, there are the transcriptions. And in fact, you can see that for each manuscript, we can find already existing transcriptions, or we can decide to add a new transcription related to a manuscript. So we have a visual tool to transcribe a text, and the philologist can choose starting from scratch, entering in a template, and write directly the text inside this visual editor. It is an XML visual editor, so the text will be converted into an XML file at the end of the process. And but the philologist can just write the text and don't care about the tag he's using right now. Using the sidebar, it's always possible to see the markup which is created while the philologist is writing. There are some tools to validate the XML, and in each moment the work can be saved and reopened in the second moment. But there is another way to add the transcription to a manuscript. It can be imported from an already existing file. So I can choose from a file from my computer, in that case an XML file, and I can upload my file. I can have a preview of the text imported into the XML visual editor, and I can choose to edit and make some correction to my text after I imported it. And all the changes are stored in the Digital Philology Hub system. The first specific tool we developed for the philological work was the collation. Collation is, we imagined it as a table in which philologists can choose a set of manuscripts and compare it, having the transcription available the description available. So the first step is choose which transcriptions you want to compare, selecting a base text and a list of other witnesses you want to add to the collation table. And the interface, in fact, shows the two texts, the one in front of the other, the base text and the witnesses, and you can change the text of the witnesses and to compare with the base text. And some interactive tools help the philology to fill the variance table. In fact, I can select a word and have a row in a table, and still select a related word in the witnesses transcription, and the word selected fills the corresponding cell linked to the witnesses I'm looking to. So it is a simple mechanism in which a philologist can create and collect all the variants. And starting again from the base text and adding another term from the base text, another row will be added, so we can continue filling this table. And we worked a lot on this interface with the philologists, because they tested it and they gave us feedback, and we make all modifications. We developed also some tools related to the row, for example, adding a point to seeing a critical point, which needs an analysis after. So what we have seen so far is a back office. In fact, we logged in and we made our philological work. And the last part of the project of the Digital Philology Hub will be also to develop a public platform for publishing the digital scholarly editions. And this is just a prototype. The test is not the final version. It's not even the design of the final version. But we wanted to show you how the circle can close from the beginning of the work on a digital critical edition to its publication. So this prototype is made with another software developed by Net7 called Luca, and just we played and tested what we could do with this the digital critical edition created with the Digital Philology Hub. No, sorry. So how probably a platform could be. We have the list of the awards, we select the specific edition, and we have a preview of the text and the metadata linked to the digital edition. And the preview is made integrating the publisher inside another platform. So with the idea of reuse existing tools and not to invent something from the beginning. And we integrated the publisher in another platform and using the same tools such as highlighting the words and showing pop-up the notes or information about the names. And so it is just, it was just a test. We want to develop a system in which the apparatus is shown in a separate column, having more interaction with the text, but it was just a test of the front end. Is this to, yes. So let's have a quick recap of the functionalities of the Digital Philology Hub. There will be tools about the collection witnesses, so gathering information about manuscript. And linked to each manuscript, there will be also its digitalization by images. So we can link an image in AAA format to the manuscript, or we can upload your own images. And finally, you will be able also to add annotation over the image, thanks to the AAA format. And the transcription will be uploaded through XML, but also non-XML format. For example, converting documents or other open formats of documents, maybe LaTeX in the future, as we have seen yesterday. And but the transcription can also be written directly with the visual editor. The tools for philological analysis, we have seen the collection. We developed the manual collection based on transcription witnesses, but maybe we will integrate some system for automatic collection. And we are developing tools for helping with the analysis of readings by identifying the critical points, a system to classify and group variants, and to help also the construction of the stemma. So there are a lot of tools which are still in phase of analysis with philologists, and we have to imagine the best interface to help philologists with their work. And in the end, the final step is to put all together. So to build the digital scholarly edition. The first step will be the definition of the critical text, maybe starting from one of the transcription of the manuscripts we have in the system, constructing the apparatus, taking back all the work made during the collection phase. So choosing which variants philologists want to include in its final edition, maybe choosing by choosing with the classification. For example, philologists can include only non-morphological variants in its critical edition. And also some tools to prepare the related outputs, such as the glossary, indexes, or the commentary. So as we have seen, obviously the publication, the goal of the philologist is to publish its edition, and it can choose from different platform to publish its edition. The first one is the Ovi and Arias IT Marketplace, and which are the coordinators of the project of the Digital Philology Hub, or the H2 AOC Marketplace with the option to obtain also DOI for the critical edition, other infrastructure connected to the main project, and the public platform of the Digital Philology Hub. So about the front end, with the front end we've seen before. So just a few words about the team behind the Digital Philology Hub. Net7, the company I work for, is the main developer of the Digital Philology Hub. We work since the early 2000s. We have had a team dedicated to digital humanities, supporting university and research projects with innovative solutions. And we also have a team focused on digital communication, working to promote cultural heritage and scientific research. OVI is the institutional responsible of the project. OVI stands for Italian Vocabulary Institute, and it hosts the Italian node of Daria, coordinated by Emiliano Degl'Innocenti. And OVI is the leader of the work package 1 of the project about quality assurance and management of the project. And the Digital Philology Hub is also part of one of the work packages coordinated by the OVI. And then we have the META, which is a multidisciplinary team of researchers, developers, art historians, and web designers. And within the H2AOC project is responsible of the development of the Daria Marketplace and the Global Project Marketplace. And thank you to all the contributors to the Digital Philology Hub, which are also author of this talk. And as you see, there are a lot of people involved in the development of this platform, and also in the analysis phase. For further information, here there are the links about all the projects of the Digital Philology Hub, and the contact, my contact, and the contact of Net7. And the time for questions.